everyone. This is a very special episode of The Build where we don't actually have the builder himself right now.
Yeah.
He's on his way here, but I thought I'd go ahead and start this wonderful stream and kind of
We have no music, we have no backing, it's just us.
Yeah, it's totally just us. So hi everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day. Yeah. Thank you all for hanging out with us
and bearing with us.
Sandra, Betty, all the love. Jeff, hi Jeff. I heard you were late as well.
Tater,
hi Tater. Hi Sewong.
Hi this random person named Jennifer.
Somebody named Jennifer, but I knew that you would have something to say about the lateness, and I love that Van always makes an appearance when you do that. So
we are sorry, Van. All right,
always Van. Well, but thank you guys so much for being here. And yeah, we have got a wonderful guest. Chris is coming up, so we will get him on here, and then and we're just going to start it. And I don't know anything. We're sponsored by Dubby. And I know it's keto friendly. And there's
oh, hold on. I think I can actually get a
tropic fruit or something.
I can get a, hold on. I'm pretty sure I can actually get the thing here.
It's cool. We'll just quiz Phil when he
he
gets here.
Give me a second here. Give me a second. I can do it.
Oh wait, Sandra said her order came in today. Oh my gosh, Sandra, that's awesome. What flavor did you decide on?
All right, here we go. Shout out to Dubby. Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or craft, no maltodextrin, sugar, fillers, artificial colors, or dyes, and it is keto friendly. Dubby contains Neurofactor, which is a neurotropic derived from the coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine, 3 essential B vitamins, help you stay alert and energized. Find out more at dubby.gg. Use the code NERDING10 for 10% off at checkout. Once again, that is dubby.gg and the code NERDING10 for 10% off at checkout. There you go. That's
Jeff just said I made Sandra run. I'm so sorry. Dragonade. I hear Dragonade's really good.
Right.
So
and that was the promo.
Yeah, and hey, should do. Good job on that. All right. Well, without further ado, we are going to have Chris join us. And so oh no, and now Aaron Watson is all about it. So yay! Again, we do not have any of the graphics, so
nope. So
yeah. So here we go, everybody.
Yes.
And
hi everybody. Hey, how you doing?
Is it Violet Films?
It's Violet Films, but so it's named after my daughter, Violette. Aww. And we call her Violet because it's French for little Violet, and we named it after her. So we just kept the spelling the same as her name, but it's still Violet, like the color purple. So it's
that's adorable.
Easy to remember.
I love that. Yeah. I love it. I love flower.
Yeah, I have when I started my company, it was just me and my wife and my daughter, and now I have a son, so I have to figure out a second company for him because he walked up the other day like, "What are you gonna do that for me?" And I'm like.
Right.
I will figure something out.
It sounds like you might be able to do like a costuming thing,
Yeah, no, actually, we are starting up a special effects, like making props and stuff like that. And nice. So the Deadpool film that we're working on currently right now is actually going to have Milo effects at the front of it, so you guys actually can see all the props, the guns, some of the costume pieces, the set design stuff. Everything's going to be from that specific thing because later on this year we want to kind of take it a little farther if we can. So. Cool. Yeah, awesome. It's a little tester to jump everything off. So
that's great. So go ahead and introduce yourself, Chris. Give us your elevator pitch.
All right. So
the Deadpool and versus John Wick, or John Wick versus Deadpool, or the fighty movie.
Yeah. So my name is Christopher Velasquez. I am the owner and director producer of Violet Films from Merced, California. I've been working in this industry over 13 years. I've done professional stuff from TV, web series, feature films, episodic stuff. And I've worked as a director, producer, and pretty much anything you could possibly think of, from lighting to sound to acting and everything, I've done in front of and behind the camera. So I'm stationed out of the Central Valley, and there's a lot of places and a lot of cool people here in the Central Valley that don't get a chance to really tell stories or to make films on a professional level. And so me and some friends around this area, we make films. We work professionally, but like in our spare time, we'll make stuff like what you guys are talking about right now, which is John Wick and Deadpool in a film together. So Deadpool versus John Wick is a matchup of two extremely incredible badasses fighting each other to see who comes out on top. And in Deadpool fashion, there's a whole bunch of shenanigans that go on that the fight does not lead where they want it to go. And a whole bunch of universe hopping ensues, violence, jokes, fourth wall breaks, you name it. We go from, without giving too much away about the story, we go from one universe to another universe to another universe to another universe. And everything is fair game in here, from Five Nights at Freddy's to Minecraft to all that stuff like that. So you don't know what you're going to see when you see it. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for everyone to check it out.
Nice.
What gave you the idea to pair up Deadpool and John Wick?
So the idea came from a while back. I had been on a couple of the shows and stuff like that in the past, and I had met some people, and there was a guy named Curtis Corona that I had met, and he actually worked on John Wick films, and he actually worked on the Deadpool films. And me and him talked back and forth and stuff like that, and it kind of sparked an idea where like, those are two films that I love. Like me and my wife, we love the John Wick films, and I love the Deadpool films. I'm a huge fan, and when I was talking with Curtis and we were talking and everything, he was like, oh yeah, he knows some people. He pretty much knows people that would go all the way up to Ryan Reynolds or all the way up to Keanu Reeves. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna make a short film, show it to Curtis or show it to somebody, and maybe it'll work its way up the line and they'll be able to see it. And at first it was a pipe dream, and then talked with Philippe. He's like, oh, I have a Deadpool mask. That's really, really cool. And I'm like, really? And then I talked to a few other friends like, hey, we got locations, we got props. And so what turned out to be a small conversation over the course of 2 years actually turned into the film that we're doing. And it took a little while to get it up and going, just because of the fact that, life and work and everything. But the script was always there. And then back and forth with Philippe and kind of going back and forth, making sure that all the jokes and everything clicked and everything was, accurate to what Deadpool would be and what John Wick would be. And it doesn't really divert from the characters that much. We kind of put it together. And then I've always seen things online where you had like Superhero Breakdown or Superhero Beatdown is one of the shows where they have two characters fighting each other to the death or who's going to win and stuff. And we wanted to do something like that, but I wanted to do something more story driven instead of being just a fight. Right. Because Deadpool and John Wick are so complex of characters that if you were to just, who's going to win in a fist fight, it's going to be down the line. You're going to have people who are going to go, I'm on John Wick's side. And you're going to have people I'm on Deadpool's side. But if you show a story that kind of makes sense as to why they're fighting and why it comes to the conclusion that it does, it's a little more entertaining. And there's a little more of a gray area where like someone who's on the John Wick team could go, okay, maybe Deadpool in that instance. So yeah, so that's kind of one of the things that we wanted to, kind of put out for everyone to check out and everyone to see. And I'm super excited for the new Deadpool film coming out. Like I even have my half partner right here. Like I'm like super excited and I can't wait. And it's funny because when we were writing this and making this, leaks were coming out for the film. And so we kind of incorporated some of those leaks into our film as best as we could. And there's even one location that I don't even think Philippe knows that he's going to, because he shot on a green screen stage. And so there's one. I had a friend of mine who I was like, "Hey, can you make this? Can you make this possible?" I told him what I wanted to do, and he was just like, "I can try." And he delivered an amazing 3D set, and it comes right out of the Deadpool film, the new one that's coming out.
Oh, wow.
And it's pretty cool how it mashed up. And I was like, okay, that's actually kind of cool. And so we have like a lot of stuff that, they play with universe hopping and stuff in the film.
That seems appropriate.
And so Deadpool's known for just getting into crap. And we wanted to make it to where this Deadpool was just like, okay, he knows he's a comic book character. He knows he's, kind of at his wits end. He's like, I have no purpose in life. And then he goes on a drunk binger and he gets the device where he teleports. He gets it wet with alcohol,
Oh,
hits it, and instead of teleporting from one part to another, he goes to another universe. And then he's just like, oh my God, I can mess with so many more people. And that's pretty much where the story starts. And then where it goes from there, it just gets progressively more insane as the story goes on.
Well, oh, that's awesome. I can't wait to see it. I think
yeah,
it's
no,
gonna
I'm
be
really
fun.
excited. Like,
So I do want to, I've got to do this the distance nerding way. We are distance nerding after all. So the first thing we do a segment called Growing Up Geeky. And the question that we ask is, what did you geek out on when you were a kid? So what were your like nerdy, geeky things that you did?
When I was a kid, there's three things that I would geek out on. The first one was Power Rangers. And it wasn't just Power Rangers. It was the Super Sentai, the one that came out in Japan. Like I was like a hardcore fan of like all of that. Right. And I was like that little kid that went to the movies when I was like 5 to go see it in theaters. My mom and dad wanted to leave and I was just like, you know, watching everything. And like, and it's so much to the point to where like, I loved it so much that I've actually gotten to work with Power Rangers as I've gotten older. So I've actually got, so Brendan Meha, who's one of the Dino Rangers, I've known him for a while. He's a good friend of mine. It's kind of one of those things where it's like, it was like a geek out thing that led to a passion, the filmmaking.
Yeah.
That and Star Wars. And I'm like, you know, I'm one of those Star Wars kids where I was just like, you know, as soon as I was able to walk, I'd pick up a broom and I'd want it to be a lightsaber. You could tell by the lightsaber in the background right here. So
I was gonna say,
you're pointing right
back there, actually. Yeah.
You've got a light that turns red. It's a lightsaber that is like a night light, but it turns red.
Oh, this is an actual one. This is an actual.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
It's the Luke Skywalker one. I built these things to kind of put these up in the room, and
nice.
I have more lightsabers than I'm supposed to. So
lightsabers is too many.
I have at least 9.
Oh,
I have way more Wonder Woman stuff than that.
That's not bad.
Oh, that's the thing. You see my masks. Like I got masks from Power Rangers. I got masks from Star Wars. I got masks from a whole bunch of different things, and now I have a you know, at home made Deadpool mask, which is added to my collection. So it's pretty cool.
That's awesome. Well, hey, that's, you know, Star Wars and Power Rangers. That's not bad. Those aren't bad things to geek out on. I was gonna say, have you been watching The Acolyte? Yeah. What do you think of it? Is it
okay? When I see Star Wars, I see it with the mind of, I guess, like the mind of a filmmaker. You know, what went into making it, what went into you know, how hard these people work. And then on the flip side of that, I'm like a hardcore fan. Like I've read books, I've done the novels. I know there's a planet that it has Chris in the name. That was one of my favorite planets growing up in Star Wars. I was in the extended lore. And so I'm like, I know a lot about it. And so when I watched the show, I was like, okay, there are two ways of going about it. There's the first way where if you know nothing about Star Wars, or if you just got introduced to Star Wars with the newer Star Wars films, then it's very confusing because there's some things that look like they're just retconning everything. They're changing the story. They're changing why so-and-so is important. Why, you know, how does the Force work? Stuff like that. If you're a hardcore fan who read the books and grew up with everything, and you're a little more open-minded, like, oh, that looks familiar, right? You can see some things where they're trying to do their own thing with something that was already there.
Right.
And you can kind of take whatever you want from it. Like one of the things is, you don't mind if I say spoilers on here?
Well, so we're gonna do spoilers.
Okay.
If you have not seen all 5
of the Acolyte so without any spoilers, there's some things on there that some people are like, oh, that makes it less important. And looking at it,
talking about the twins and how they were created. Okay.
Yeah. And looking at it as like a Star Wars fan, I'm like, okay, well, those characters are kind of reminiscent to the ones that showed up on Ahsoka. That had those witches, right? So it's a completely different subject when you're talking about that versus you're talking about an all-powerful Sith who intentionally created life.
Right. And you're talking about
to do something else, right? So it could have been like, hey, he got the idea because he heard they did it.
Exactly. That's what we talked about.
Yeah, there's a way of like introducing that and a way of like talking about it that makes it very clear. I feel like with Disney though, they're so like, here's the story, let's get it out there. that they're not taking the time to thread the very fine lines, and some fans see this and they're just like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And, you know, also it's all the whole, well, we throw out all of Legends and now we're going to do our own thing. And it's like,
and it's and it's like, and then some of the stuff they're doing is like
stuff's coming back
slowly kind of drip feed you our version of
our version of something that someone already read in a book, and you're just like, what the hell? And so that's but the fight scenes though, I'm gonna tell you this right now, the fight scenes are on point. That was one of the cool like that was one of the coolest fight scenes with lightsabers that I've seen in a while. And
I'm like, because you kind of have this limited set with the volume and all of that, and using that space in such a creative way.
Yeah.
And it was like, and you got to see multiple Jedi facing one opponent, and like how they change, and like how they aren't used to that, and they're used to fighting one-on-one, and you know, so I liked that too. I thought that was really good. I said so. I'm a huge cryptid fan, and so is Shadu, because
I have a calendar right now.
He's my son.
The cryptid calendar that she got.
But the first time we saw the little, like, they're calling them what are they calling them, like roly polies or potato bugs?
Oh yeah.
Umbra moths.
Yeah, they're
moths. Yeah.
And so as soon as I saw it like up, I was like, Mothman, because you know
right?
it's a Mothman.
Yeah.
And so now I'm like, this is the planet where Mothman comes from.
Right.
So far, you know.
The planet of the Mothman.
Yeah. So now it's like every time we see it, I just go Mothman.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's scripted. But,
yeah.
And they're calling what's his name? Khmer's the Khmer's thing. They're calling him Smilo Ren, which is
Also, we said there weren't going to be spoilers. There are spoilers. So
the mask was amazing. I saw that. I was like, because it was dark at first. I was like, that's a smiley face. I was like, is that a smiley face? And then as the scene goes on, I was like, okay, that looks creepy. I'm like, they did a really good job at. The only issue I have with the show, like the major one, is I wish that I feel like Disney was like playing it safe, because they set the show 100 years before the other series, because they're like, oh, okay, maybe we can bring in some people that, you know, the audience recognizes to tie it. If it was me, if I was like, you know, hey, Chris, do you want to make a film of doing this? I would have totally went for it and put it in the Old Republic.
Oh, yeah. Clearly, that is what the director wanted.
This story would have made more. It would have made more sense if it was like the last Sith that they were going after,
right?
This is a random Sith showing up, right?
No,
it's
just like what they're able to do, and they're waiting for something to do with the Old Republic to actually.
Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see like 100 Jedi.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, we're both big Old Republic fans. So.
Oh yeah, like one of the first games that he really like nerded out on was Knights of the Old Republic and 2. Mm-hmm. So, and I played those when I was pregnant with him. So you know,
yeah,
he comes by being a nerd, you know, very genetically. So but okay, so but back to you. So we've talked Star Wars, and I just wanted to look. I always have to go off tangent at some point.
That's fine.
That's it.
And you know, and you're not going to get that with every person that you can interview. Or, hey, let's talk about Star Wars. Right. So you said you've been in the industry. You've been in the industry for 13 years, and you've done just about everything. What would you say? Like, what calls to you? What would you say is like your favorite aspect of the filmmaking
if
process?
Anything.
My favorite aspect of the filmmaking is split between the production part of it, the actual making of something,
right,
and the delivery, like the actual like the whole I guess encompassing of like delivering a story, because I like the fact of saying like, okay, this didn't exist until we made it.
Right.
Yeah. And it's like filmmaking is like a creative effort. Like,
it's like you're bringing a child into the world almost.
Yeah, exactly. It is. It's like, you know, I mean, not to compare filmmaking to childbirth, because my wife has birthed 2 kids and she's amazing, and there's no way I'm doing anything near close to that. Right. But it is like a thing where like, okay, you have an idea, you create something, you pretty much nurse this thing, and then it's the delivery, and you kind of, you know, put it out there into the world.
And you're like, oh,
yeah, and some things are more nerve-wracking than others. Like if you're making a documentary, or if you're making a web series or something like that, it's not as the delivery of it is more of a, I hope everybody learns something from it.
Right.
and it is what it is. When you're delivering a story like a narrative story or something like that, then you get a little scared. Like, is people gonna like it? Are they gonna get it?
Exactly.
Are they gonna understand it? And it's like I like that whole thing of like just putting it out there. Like one of the first films that the first film festival I ever went to when I started doing this, and I submitted my own film into the festival. It got in, and me and my wife went to it, and it was in Sacramento. It was the Love Horror Film Festival, and we showed our film. And there's some films that went on before that they looked amazing compared to what and I literally made that film with 2 friends and nobody else. We had no crew. We just were putting everything together and put it up there.
Yeah.
It was the only film to get gasps and some people closing their eyes because they got scared.
Oh, man.
Looking around, that was the best feeling in the world. Like I understood that scene in Hitchcock when Alfred Hitchcock walked outside and he was looking back at when people were watching Psycho and he was like seeing people freak out and he was like all excited. Like I could relate with that because like that's like my favorite thing of filmmaking is the reaction.
People like what I made. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's one of my most favorite things. And then when people I've done films where I've showed it and people laugh, and then I've done films where I've gotten people to cry. Like it's really cool when you have something in your head and then you put it together and then people share that emotion.
It's this very unique feeling.
Yeah.
Which sounds weird if you say it. It's like I brought people to tears, you know?
Yeah. Like in a good way. It's like,
no. Like in a good way. Like, yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like it teaches you as a human being, how human beings work. And like my background before I did film and stuff like that and everything else, like I was a medical delivery driver. And so like my dad owned a pharmacy. And so like I would, I go and talk to elderly people and deliver their medications. And a lot of these people became friends and they were at the end of their life.
Right.
And so they would tell me stories about themselves and tell me stories about their lives. And you get to know these people. And then randomly they'd pass away.
Yeah.
And I'd have to be the one to deliver the flowers to all the funerals. So it's like I'd meet the families. Yeah, I would experience human emotion up front. And it's something that's like when I make my films, I try to keep that in mind of like, what would a human be thinking if they're in this scenario?
Right.
Like how do you tell this story? And that's one of those favorite things is like when I'm able to tell a story successfully and someone's like, oh, I get that. Like, that's like the best thing in the world. That and production is just fun making movies. Like,
oh yeah. No,
it feels like playtime pretty much.
I am also a filmmaker. I get it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean that, and I, you have such a unique perspective being that you got to meet so many people that were at the end of their lives and had all those stories to tell. And then you got to kind of see what happens to not just what kind of void they leave and how it affects other people. So it does. I mean, I think that's great because it teaches you how to like drill into that and put it on the page. I mean, that's a special gift to do that. So, so good on you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So I was going to say, yeah, it's really fun. Like when someone gets what you're saying, like if you write something or you're putting it on film or whatever, and they're like, oh man, I loved how that happened. And they did that because of X, Y, Z. And you're like, oh, they get it. It's like,
like,
your mind kind of gets a little blown.
Yeah.
And your head gets kind of a little cone head, like for a second, because your brain's getting a little big. You're like, hey.
That and I like the fact that it keeps you young. Like I feel like if you make films all the time, even if it's like I said, filmmaking is a collaborative effort, but you can make films by yourself. Like I've made films where it's just me. Like I actually have one film that I've been making in secret that no one knows about, and I'm gonna drop it randomly. But I've been working on it little by little because I got a new camera, and I'm just like, I got to test this out. I have no actors. I'm gonna do it by myself. So I've been putting this stuff together, and it's one of those things where you can do that and still get the same thing of like, oh, I'm making something, but it's like it keeps you young because you're like playing pretend. You're basically like you're a little kid playing with toys, just on a bigger scale. Especially like in the Deadpool stuff, you're at the end of the day, you're just playing dress up. You're just trying to make the things the coolest ever.
Yeah.
So here's what I'm getting from that is that you never grew up, but you just like to play with big toys now. Pretty much, yeah. I upgraded from a little tiny lightsaber. Yeah. To the bigger.
I was about to make a comparison. Yeah. It's like, it's LARPing, but it's socially acceptable. It's
exactly,
acceptable LARPing. Wait,
Yeah.
isn't that what they what is that called? Sports.
Yeah.
Sports.
Yeah.
You say
Sports
playing
ball.
children's games, but it's socially accepted. Yeah.
It's actually kind of funny because it's like I when I was starting to making films when I first started, you know, I got my own camera gear, got my own stuff. My daughter was like maybe like a year old, and she now she's going to be 13 next year. She's 12, and she was like she when I got all my gear so I could start making my own stuff, which is a couple years into my career. She was like started making some films, and I put her in them, and so she started acting at a very young age. But it was nice because we would make films. I got to spend time with my kids all day. So it's like it's work, but then at the same time you're just like, hey, I'm spending more time with my kids and I'm getting to play and getting to see stuff and stuff. And so she actually has a series that we're working on little by little. It's just the heat in the Central Valley is really like so we're doing a little by little, but we actually have a series where right now currently the first part is actually on CMAC, which is in Fresno. It's like a TV station.
Yeah.
The second part is actually going to be split into 3 episodes, and it's going to be it's a little girl and a robot in a post-apocalyptic world, and it's like it's something that she was really passionate about when we started writing it. It's like putting her ideas and stuff into it, and it's really cool to see kind of like that little thing of like storytelling through a kid's point of view.
Yeah,
and
that's awesome.
It's a lot. It's a lot of fun. It keeps you like a kid, and I haven't grown up.
Well, you know what? I think that's the key to longevity is just never truly grow up. You'll have to adult sometimes. Everyone,
you can do all the institutions, but keep that creativity, that imagination.
Or child. Just don't kidnap children. We're not saying that.
That's important.
All right, everybody, we can start the show. I figured that was an easy way for me to get in. Hey, everybody, how we doing? Sorry, I'm late. Job, work stuff related things.
Okay.
We found a random guy named Chris.
Let's see.
Yeah, hey, what's up?
Dude, he is really cute. Look at him.
Don't make me blush. Don't make me blush, man.
Yeah, we already talked about the Acolyte, so you missed that.
Oh my God! You guys talked about episode 5?
Kinda.
Kinda.
In general, yeah.
They said,
we talked about how
they said no spoilers, so I couldn't say anything.
Oh my God! Okay. Go to the Discord because I kind of put my thoughts on episode 9 there, and dude, 5. Sorry,
5. Yeah.
Like, man, you getting screeners and you're not sharing them with me?
So good. You know what my favorite part about episode 5 is? No spoilers.
Is it me? It's
no. I mean, you're my favorite in general, but I mean, no. My favorite part of episode 5 is how all of a sudden all the fanboys online, all of a sudden love the Acolyte.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's like it doesn't matter. Everybody loves it now. Yeah.
I loved seeing the yellow lightsabers in action.
Yes.
Because we've seen them, but we really haven't seen one in live action. The only time we've really seen a yellow lightsaber in action is really during Rebels. Yeah. And that was like a fever, weird Jedi.
And it's very and that really, again, as we were talking about, that really gave me, Old Republic flashbacks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
we got into a little slight argument. It wasn't really an argument. It was a passionate discussion about how he was like, "Oh, there's Sentinels and the Consulars and the Guardians." He was like, "Oh, I thought Soul would be a Consular and not a Guardian." And I was like, "I don't think they mean anything at this time."
My argument though for that is that
here we go.
Have to look. This is a tangent, and then we're going to go back to Chris over here. But my argument here is that you have to bond with the crystal, and that determines the color. So I think that's how it works. It's less here. You're a Sentinel, so you get a yellow crystal. It's you have a yellow crystal, so you're more like this. This is part of your personality. You're more diplomatic, or you're more meditative. You're more, bellicose, whatever.
Right.
No, did you just say bellicose?
No. If I'm not mistaken, and I'm trying to go back in my file cabinet here. Okay. There's a book that exists, and I remember reading it somewhere. Have you guys seen Star Wars Visions?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The first season, there's an episode where the girl's dad makes lightsabers, and when he grabs it, it's like white, and she's trying to figure it out, and then hers finally finds a color.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, I remember reading when I was younger that all of the kyber crystals are all one color. They're clear.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. That's
and then
that's
the
what I'm talking about.
person determines what color it is based on how the Force interacts with them, because that's the reason why. That's the reason why Mace Windu's is purple.
Right.
Because he whenever you have a purple lightsaber, you're on that edge of going to red.
Right.
Because
No,
you're that one that's just like, I'm a good guy, but I'll get stuff done if I have to.
He went up to the crystal, and then the crystal was like, "Oh shit, it's Samuel L. Jackson. We're in purple." Yeah.
It was like, no, it said motherfucker. That's all it said, and it went purple.
Are you out of your motherfucking mind?
It was like, you don't want no motherfucking snake.
But that's what I was saying is that
planet.
I think it's reversed now. So it's less you get you get a specific color of crystal because you're this class. It's because you're this class, the crystal becomes that color in a way.
I just think that they really, like, for the games and stuff, they had to.
Well, I mean, I say class in a more like vague way.
Yeah, but they had to give you like this color means this color means that, because in a game it's more like you get benefits from using a certain type of lightsaber or whatever.
Right, exactly.
And but I think in like the movies and like books and stuff, I don't think it's as big of a deal.
Yeah.
But I do agree that it is, the color of your lightsaber is a reflection of the Force within you.
And my theory there is that it corresponds to how it was in Legends, is what I'm saying. Is that your
Let's
personality?
let Chris talk, because he
Chris,
has
please.
to say.
No, I had a question. So,
please.
like, okay, I want to see what you guys would think of this. I'm working on. I have kind of like in the background a Star Wars film that I'm working on currently, and we want to have a lightsaber. We want to have a character that has lightsabers in it. But the idea for this character is that he's basically a Jedi that went underground. Okay, he had a really sketchy past, either before or after he left the Jedi Order, and he has 6 lightsabers on him.
Oh, my.
All of them are different colors. And they all belong to him at one point or another. Like, he got them broken, so he got a new one. He got them broken. So this guy literally has like different colors of lightsabers depending on how he's fighting, right? Do you think
that?
The only issue that I'm seeing on mine, and that I'm seeing a lot on this Alkalite and different shows, is like they're not addressing the red lightsaber when they do that whole thing of like, oh, your personality needs this, so you get this color, because then it kind of eliminates the bleeding of the saber.
Well,
a little bit.
Yeah, but I think bleeding it is the only way to turn it red, basically. And so that's all the bleeding does. It has to be red if you bleed it.
Yeah. Okay.
So
I kind of want to see something where, like, I want to see like a special, like a special crystal that shows something that's not normal. Like already a dark crystal. You know what I mean? Like something like takes over the person.
Look, the dark saber is something. So
There's that. There's that.
Say the dark saber, and then I know there has been like lore, I say with quotations, lore, that there are certain crystals that like Sith actually like did some sort of Sithy stuff and have like possessed certain lightsaber crystals. And like if you put those in there, like you become possessed by that. Like
that's what I was trying to talk about. Like I want to see more of that.
Yeah.
That makes sense in Alkalite. If they did that, that'd look amazing.
Oh yeah.
If they introduce that stuff, but I don't know if they will.
So, but yeah, so okay, and then now we talked about Star Wars.
It happens.
Again, we just need to have like whole episodes where we're just gonna talk about this for 2 hours,
right?
You know.
Who's your favorite? Who's your favorite like hero?
My favorite hero?
Yeah, who's your favorite superhero? Who's your favorite supervillain? And please don't say Joker.
No. My favorite supervillain.
Both. I want a hero and a villain.
So my favorite superhero, like, you know, as far as like being a hero goes, probably is gonna have to be Batman. And the reason being is because as a kid growing up, it was like that's something that might be achievable. And I'm not talking about like all of his fancy gadgets and stuff. I'm talking about like just putting on a cowl and going out at night. Like I like superheroes that are grounded in reality. Right.
Yeah.
And so like Batman was the closest thing to something that could have existed in the real world when I was a kid. And I just loved the Tim Burton movies that came out when I was little. So like though that was one of those things where, you know, like I love Batman. As far as a villain goes, my favorite villain for me personally is Scarecrow.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I like that.
Again, rooted in reality.
Yeah, he's rooted in reality. And because of the fact that my dad is a pharmacist and I know a lot of nurses that have worked at like mental health clinics and different things, there is like a little grounds for what if one of the doctors went crazy and decided to like scare his patients and like create serums and do this. Like that would be something that I don't think people would be prepared for if it happened in real life. And it could. And that scares me a lot more. Yeah, it scares me a lot more than a guy laughing uncontrollably. Because I've seen that all the time.
That's not that scary, really.
I love that. I just like asking those questions because I think that like it's not really the person, it's the explanation of why you like. And I love that because everybody has different reasons. Like Batman's he's a big thing. A lot of people know who Batman is, you know. My favorite actually was Batgirl for a long time, but then I kind of grew up and I looked more like Wonder Woman. So Wonder Woman
as
became
evidenced
my
by the
favorite.
shelf behind her.
Yeah, I've got so much Wonder Woman stuff. Insane. But I loved Batgirl, and it was very similar reasons. I was like, you know what? I could just work my body to the point of peak physical condition.
You just gotta cosplay a female version of Batman, and then randomly get roped into something, and then get attacked
by like a moth.
Yeah.
And kick his butt.
Right.
Isn't that how it happened? That's how the second one happened. The first one wanted to date Robin. Thank you very much.
I mean, Who doesn't?
I just think Joker is way overexposed.
Oh yeah.
So. But that's a different conversation.
You sound like a hater to me.
So on that, what about Star Wars character? Favorite Star Wars character? Since we were talking about that.
Okay, my favorite Star Wars character. That's a tough one. I'm probably gonna have to go with I gotta think about that for a second. I'm probably gonna have to go with Han Solo.
Yeah.
Just because of the fact that I like, you know, when I was growing up, like I would watch stuff and I was just like, okay, I'd probably be that character. I'd like to fly.
And I definitely get the whole grounded thing too.
Yeah, I'm one of those person like I'm like grounded when I like certain characters, but like as far as like villains go, and like it's funny in Star Wars heroes go, it's like okay, the more grounded or the more person that I could relate to is my favorite. But when it comes to villains and stuff. Yeah, villains. It's like there's no hold bars on that one. So villains, like my favorite villain is Darth Maul, and like I love the fact that they brought him back after he got cut in half.
Oh yeah.
And like, I just loved his story arc and the stuff that they did, and I was just like, I wish that they would have given him more live action stuff to do, and everything. But you never know. In the future, they might, and I'm hoping that they do because there's so much cool stuff that you can tell, especially if like you know. You have like a badass guy. He got chopped in half.
Yeah,
and he came back. He was like, okay, that was like the most
because of sheer rage.
When I was a kid, I was like,
any kids.
But see,
I don't know. With the Force, he might have kids now.
But see, the plan was to bring Darth Maul back, and then Solo flopped. So it was like, you know, because they were.
I was gonna say that because I was like, oh, you like Han Solo, you like Darth Maul. What do you think about Solo?
I thought that they would have done a better job if they would have gotten. Have you seen the Age of Adeline?
Yes.
Okay, the guy that plays a young Harrison Ford in that movie.
Are you talking about Michael Huisman, who played Dario Naharis in Game of Thrones?
I think so. The guy that he does like a really good impression of like Harrison Ford, and like he like sounds like him and he looks like him as if when he was younger. I honestly think that if they went with him and they stuck more to like a simpler story. And they could have you know introduced the same characters, but just done something a little more that wasn't just a heist or a normal thing, like you know something a little more different, more grounded. like as far as like telling his story of who he is without putting all the basic tropes you get in those kind of movies, then I think like it would have been a better movie. But also the marketing screwed it because I didn't see anything until like a month before it came out.
Yeah, exactly.
For the most part, I enjoyed it except for one thing in the plot that
not enough capes for Lando. I totally agree.
Really, that's exactly what I was going to say. So what actually bothered me was the scene, and it's like towards the end of the movie, where what was Kira?
Kira,
yeah. She basically calls him out and says, "You're a hero, and you're always going to be a hero." And it's like, no, because that destroys the entire story arc in episode 4.
The original trilogy,
he is a scoundrel. He is out for himself. He doesn't care about anybody else.
Yeah, that's why he shot first.
Exactly, and and he flips it, and it's like I like the redemption story arc of like, okay, you know what, he was a dirtbag asshole, and he came back and you know, in the nick of time saved his friends.
Yeah. Another reason why I like it.
So now that we kind of have a little bit of a lull, do we want to watch the trailer of the movie that you actually came on here to talk about? Even though
yes.
No, it's fine. I'm talking about. I'm good.
We're just hanging out, you know.
Yeah.
This is what happens when I'm in charge of interviews.
Just hang out. Yeah.
So actually, I'm going to switch cameras back here for a second, because I actually do want to focus on this. So, Chris, before we get into the trailer here.
Yeah.
Do you want to give the audience a kind of like a synopsis breakdown on what we're about to experience?
You kind of already did.
I kind of did a little bit, but
let me see if
I can give a more movie synopsis out.
What's your log line?
Okay, after a drunken binger, Deadpool discovers that he can hop universes, and the first universe he goes into is the world of John Wick. And in good Deadpool fashion, he decides to pretend to be John Wick until John shows up. And that's the tagline. That's pretty much the tagline for the film. So after that, it's hell ensues.
Oh.
I wasn't expecting it to automatically play there, but but yes, I'm very excited for this, guys. So let's check out this trailer. I know everybody else has been waiting patiently because, you know, I'm late. So
have you ever wondered what would happen if an unstoppable force met a merc with a mouth? It would probably include the following: universe hopping, plenty of violence, multiple Johns, multiple Deadpools, plenty of shit talking, and it looks something like this. Let's fucking go. Deadpool versus John Wick.
I love Tae Wong in the chat. Multiple Deadpools? Yeah, dude, just watch the movie when it comes out.
There's multiple Deadpools. There's multiple John Wicks as well. It's universe hopping. You can't do that without. We have to make fun of Marvel for having multiple people play multiple characters. You have to do that. You can't not have universe hopping and be like, hey, there's a variant. Let's fuck with them. So,
I mean, technically, I am a variant.
Oh yeah.
Well, I think it's awesome. I think it's going to be great. I love it. I mean, I love the Deadpool movies anyway. And Shadu just watched both of the Deadpool movies.
Just would be about 2 or 3 months ago. So
like a month ago, maybe 2 months ago.
I think it's been 2 months. Whatever. Anyway,
time is irrelevant. It's a construct. So, I'm trying to think if there's any, like, are there any other questions we want to talk about? Do you have any advice you'd like to give to anyone that's starting out, that any like pitfalls that you'd say, hey, do this, not that, or
Yeah.
Or, yeah,
a
just
golden
filmmaking,
rule or
amateur
something?
filmmaking, whatever.
For amateur filmmaking, the biggest pitfall I can think of is people thinking that, oh, I don't have the gear, the equipment, or the time.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
the beauty of making films is that when you're doing something for yourself, like, obviously it's very different when you work for a company or you work for your the bigger industrial thing. Obviously it's a lot different, but when you're starting out or when you want to make a film and you're always like, when do I start, how do I start, where do I start? It's like, if you have a phone, you have a camera. If you have a house, you have a set. And if you are breathing air, you have an actor. So it's like, make something small. Like TikTok is something where it's like, okay, practice lip syncing on the TikTok videos, doing something funny. Start there, right?
Yeah.
Or practice doing different things or whatever that you think, as far as like on YouTube or whatever, make a short film about you going to get the paper and something happening. And it can be a minute long. It can be 30 seconds long, whatever. Just when you start out, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to make something and someone goes, I don't get it. And don't be afraid to make something and then be like, oh, I'm done with it. And you look at it and you're just like, oh, I could have done better. Because I guarantee you, like, I'm looking at the Deadpool stuff and there's shots where I'm just like, man, I wish I would have done this. And there's people like at professional levels that they're already down to the wire releasing films in theaters. And they're just like, I wish I would have done that. And it's just a creative thing. It's not you.
Oh, yeah.
It's just your brain second guessing because you are creating something.
Yeah. Your work is never done.
Yeah. So if you can get over that hurdle of like telling your brain to, hey, it's good, let's try this, you'll be fine. Because that was the biggest thing for me. The biggest thing starting out was just like, I would make films all the time with my cousins growing up. Very rarely would we ever get something done because it would be like, okay, I don't have enough shots, or I don't have this. And I didn't think of, okay, well, let me just cut around it. Let's just do something differently. Let's wait and film something differently. You know what I mean? It wasn't until I got a little older that I was just like, okay, let me try something small and then work your way up. So you start off with making little mini videos, and then you can work your way up to doing feature-length films. It's just not being afraid to fail and having the drive to do it, and just like, I want to find something passionate, and you'll be okay. It's kind of hard, but that's one of the fun things about making films. It's like it's never easy.
all good things in life are difficult.
Yes.
There you go.
So.
Yeah. Although sometimes
I was gonna say all good things in life are hard, but I'm not going there. So
yeah. I was just gonna say sometimes you can be good at something too, though. So like, if it comes easy, just be grateful it's coming easy,
right?
And continue on with your life.
Exactly.
Like, don't make it hard. If it
don't make it unnecessarily complicated. But
sorry, I went into mom mode.
No. It's funny because like one of the things like my dad taught me a lot about cameras, because my dad he was a photographer before he was a pharmacist, so he would take pictures, and when I was little he would teach me about lenses and framing and stuff like that, and I kind of took all that I learned, transferred it into film. And it was one of those things where like when you make films and you make stuff, me naturally, like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, I'm really good, or I'm this and that, because I'm not that kind of person that thinks of myself that way. But like I know for a fact, for me, filmmaking, writing and stuff, I feel comes easy. Like I have no problem I don't get like a brick wall where I'm like, I can't do this. Like I'm one of those people that's just like, can you do this? And I'm like, I will figure out how to do it.
Right.
On the way trying to do it. But it's one of those things where like when you're making stuff, right? Some people are going to find it harder than others, but filmmaking is pretty straightforward. It's filming getting a camera, capturing an image, and telling a story. And if you feel like certain things are too hard, make it a little easier. Step back a second, and then you'll be able to go. Because there's some people that I've met that when I first met them, they were terrified of picking up a camera and making their own films. And recently they won awards for doing stuff in other festivals. So it's like one of those things where like, it just, some people move faster than others, but it's not impossible.
Yeah. And
I think that's something people need to hear, that it's not impossible to do stuff. And I think nowadays, not a lot of people are saying that. It's always like, I always hear people problems and telling other people that, oh, this stuff's really, really hard. I can't do that. I'm like, it's not impossible. Just take a breath. You can get it done. Right.
And, I mean, do it because you love to do it. Don't do it because you think it's going to make you famous or you're going to make a lot of money. Just do it because you love to do it. I'd say and that's pretty much anything.
Yeah.
I mean, I was terrified to act, and look at us now.
Yeah.
I don't believe a word of that.
None of it was actually. I mean, there was nerves that nobody knew existed, and I threw it all away as soon as the camera was rolling. So I mean, like, and I think a lot of it is more so just though, like me thinking in my head, like I'm gonna fuck something up, or I'm not gonna do this right, or like the thing that makes me the most nervous is because I mean the joke is on my name right now, right? Like I feel like I was too big, in my frame, and I don't feel like it's gonna look good on camera, and I feel like that translates to the fight scenes, and the fight scenes aren't gonna look good. This is the ADHD talking.
Oh yeah. I got that, dude. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
But you're fine, trust me. Like, you did an amazing job. And it's one of those things where it's like, when you look at films and you look at framing and you look at stuff, I can tell you right now, there are 6 shots, and I'm not going to tell you which ones, but there are 6 shots in the trailer that will not look like that when you watch the film. Like, they are completely digitally altered.
And I know
to hide a plot point. Because I don't want people to know what happens at the end or what happens in the, like the big turning point. But one of the biggest reveals you guys that's going to happen in the film, you guys saw it in the trailer. It was just digitally altered to where someone was deleted.
Oh.
Yeah. So I pulled a Marvel on that one.
I was like, you're doing some MCU shit right there.
Yeah. I was like,
yeah.
I was like, I'm going to get them at their own game. So I'm going to release a trailer I'm going to just delete some stuff. It was a pain in the ass to. Like I have a whole new appreciation for Endgame. When they cut people out, I was like, dude, I'm like,
I bet. Yeah.
It's like you really worked hard getting that version out of that.
Man, yeah.
Like, yeah.
To get all these people. Yeah.
Hey, Phil, Say Wong wants to know when the D Pity collab's gonna happen.
When D Pity messages me back.
Okay. And then Tater says it was a lot of fun working on the movie. And
he was a lot of fun.
Yeah, and Graveyard asked, "Did you dad bod Phil?"
No.
I love you both said it at the same time.
No.
Here's the funny part. Like my brother watched the footage, and my brother was like, he never said anything like, oh, like he doesn't look like a Deadpool or nothing like that. Because I asked him flat out. I was like, dude, look at this footage and tell me if there's anything off that you see. And he's like, no. And I'm like, why? And he goes, because Deadpool looks like he could beat the crap out of me. And he's like, and that's how he's supposed to look. Because like he's supposed to be a mercenary. Like you look at I know everybody's so used to seeing Ryan Reynolds Deadpool, and he's like sleek, he's thin, he's whatever, right? But when you look at Deadpool and you actually look at the comics, there's some comics where he's like bulked out. He is like a bigger dude that's like looks like he's like gonna rip someone in half.
And he's got the big gun. So he comes in different sizes, different shapes, different things. So like you can't really like put a thing on Deadpool as far as like, oh, this is how he's supposed to look, right? Mm-hmm. As long as he pulls off the mercenary part. So here's the thing, right? And this is after I watched the trailer. Well, obviously I watched the teaser because we put it out. But after watching the trailer today, when you sent it to me to get it ready for the show, that's kind of where some of my nerves kind of subsided a little bit, because seeing myself in some of those scenes, I was like, oh, dude, I look like a Liefeld version of Deadpool. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so you didn't have any feet?
Yeah, exactly. Like he digitally altered it and got rid of my feet.
Yeah, he's just a floating mass that just goes down the hallway.
There you go. Sorry, I have to say that anytime that somebody references Rob Liefeld, anytime. It is the one deal I made with myself after.
It is an obligation.
It is. It's a blessing and a curse.
And I saw a comment on here. No, we didn't build a snowman on set. We didn't have Frozen on the roster of universes that we went to, but I'm pretty sure I can, just because of that comment, I probably can put an Olaf cameo.
There you go.
Because we're still doing digital effects right now, so like I'll keep that in mind.
I made this suggestion on Tuesday on the download, and said, well, I asked if there was a slap fight, and Phil said no, there's not. So I'm saying we need a sequel. I know the first one isn't even out yet, but we need a sequel of a slap fight between John and Deadpool.
I'll do you one better. If everybody, show of hands who really wants a slap fight. Like, yeah. Okay, and I'm assuming people in the comments, you guys want a slap fight, right? Okay.
Hands up.
on Sunday we will be doing the ADR. We're filming some extra stuff. I will try and put a slap fight.
Yay!
At least a scene or something.
Only if
there's a few places where it could fit.
Okay,
put it that way. There's a few places because there's some jokes and some stuff that like I'm like, oh, okay, and we're gonna do the ADR because obviously when Philippe's filming, obviously there's you can't really hear a lot of sounds through the mask. It sounds really muffled, so we have to do everything later. And there's always a lot of jokes that come out and things that in post that you're just like, okay, that's really funny, but the footage, when you have to look at it, the footage has to match. So there might be some shots where we need to film him, a close-up reaction of him doing something different or something, whatever, to make it fit, right? A slap fight could be introduced in one part. I know exactly where to put it. Put it that way. Okay, there's a scene. I know exactly. I just had to get my brother to be like, hey, get your costume, because thankfully he hasn't cut his hair. But like, get your costume, get your shit. We're gonna do this. And he's like, all right, and he'll be down. So
I think I know what scene you're talking about.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure we can figure that out.
Oh, that's awesome. That is awesome. I mean, seriously, because I was like, oh, did you guys do a slap fight? Because Deadpool would totally have a slap fight with John Wick. I mean, that's the, like, I just like freaking Star-Lord would have a dance off, I mean, that's like dance battle, baby, so. And
one of the things is that, so in John Wick, in this film, we actually have different ages of John Wick. So one of the Johns that he first comes into contact, which is for most of the film that he gets into a fight with, is a younger John Wick in his prime, like when he's like super young, but it takes place before the films. So he doesn't have a wife, doesn't have a dog, doesn't have a reason to care. He's dangerous. He's just like, I'll shoot first and then I'll ask questions later.
He's pure Baba Yaga.
Yeah, Deadpool plays into why he's called Baba Yaga. Let's put it that way, without giving stuff away. So he's the young John Wick, and he would be probably the one that Deadpool would be like, I want to slap fight this guy just to piss him off.
Stop it!
That's awesome. Okay, well, I feel like I've accomplished something.
No, I'm stoked for this. I really am.
All right, so back to learning more about you, Chris. All right, so so these are going to kind of be rapid fire questions, and Phil's probably going to get mad that I'm asking them because he likes to ask them. But what would be the worst movie sequel ever made?
And don't say Deadpool versus John Wick.
Worst sequel ever made.
Yeah.
What would be like
would
so
be.
A movie that has
what would be that hasn't been made?
Yeah.
Titanic 2.
Titanic 2. There is a Titanic 2.
No. I mean like with Jack and Rose, like a sequel to that one.
Like
but where Jack comes back because he's cryogenically frozen.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. They bring him back to the modern day, like Captain America.
Right, yeah, it's like a Captain America thing.
Yeah.
Somehow he's a super soldier.
Yeah, somehow. that would just be horrible to me. You have to leave it where it was at.
His shield is like is the board from
It's just on the Flotsam and Jetsam or whatever. All right. Who would you most like to sit next to on a 10-hour flight, and why?
Gary Oldman, because he's my favorite actor.
Oh man, that's a good choice.
Are you watching Slow Horses?
Yes.
Oh my God, do you just adore him in that?
I adore him in everything, man. Like me and my wife were talking the other day because like he's a chameleon. Like you can watch him in a whole bunch of films, and you're just like, that's not good. Like the joke me and my wife have is just like, you know, one day you're gonna wake up in bed next, and then you're gonna be like, find out it was just Gary Oldman the entire time. Like he's like, like your husband or wife is Gary Oldman. Like he's like that. He's that much of a chameleon. Yeah. And he does an amazing job. And like he's one of those people. Like I've gotten to meet a lot of actors and a lot of people. Like I've got to meet James Hung. I've got to meet, you know, different people that I've been in a lot of films that I've admired growing up. Mm-hmm. But he's always that one actor that I've never gotten a chance. Came close once I found out. He was in the same area, the same place. He knew the same people I did, but we weren't at the same place at the same time. And God. I was like, I found out and I was like, I kind of got heartbroken. I was like, shit. But I was like, that's one of those things where like he's one person that I would love to just sit and talk to, you know, about his career, about who he is as a person, just because of the fact that like I feel like I can learn a lot and like from him. So yeah, that would be my answer.
Yeah, he is so humble. Like he is such a humble person, but like just from everything I've seen him in and like how he is with people and other people telling stories about him, he's just pretty humble. Mm-hmm. But no, they just said that Slow Horses is coming back. It's September 4th.
Okay, I gotta check that out.
So season 4, and it's already renewed for season 5. So. And I love Jackson Lamb, and I love the whole like Slow Horses thing. I just love it. Sorry. Anyway, I just saw that today. So my husband and I are like huge fans of the show. So, all right. So next question.
Next question.
Next question. All right. What are you nerding out on these days?
Besides Star Wars stuff.
Besides Star Wars stuff, probably. Honestly, I want to say like Nintendo. Because my kids right now, like my son, he's just like a hardcore Super Mario fan. Mm-hmm. Like he's 4 years old and he already beat Mario Sunshine, Mario Galaxy, and Mario 64.
Damn!
Wow!
And he has his own Switch and he plays. It's amazing what he does. And like, you know, so ever since, you know, it's funny, everybody in the house has a Switch. They saved up their money or they, you know, birthday money or, you know, for a birthday gift. My wife has one. My son has one. My daughter has one. I have one. I don't have one. I'm the only one in the house that doesn't have one. I have to borrow everybody else's. Right. And it's like, it's one of those things where it's like my wife, she's really good at like Final Fantasy games, Zelda, and she has like, you know, the Animal Crossing. And then my daughter has Animal Crossing, but then she also has like Minecraft. And then my son has, you know, Minecraft, and he has Nintendo. And so it's like one of those things where, like, depending on whose Switch I'm playing on, right, is what game that I'm going to play. And, like, I've been going down, like, nostalgia road. Like, I've been playing games like GoldenEye or Banjo-Kazooie from when I was a kid.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, right now, I'm like, that's the thing. Like, that's when I decompress. I'm like, okay, where's the Switch? Whose Switch is not dead? And I'm going to go look for it. And that's when I take to play.
Well, that's awesome. That is awesome.
Nice.
All right, so we're gonna wrap up, and then that way we can get to the bracket and stuff. So, Phil, do you want to ask the questions? You want me to?
Oh, I can ask them.
I know you love these wrapping up questions.
Yeah, hold on. My mother doesn't understand my schedule.
Is your mom calling you again?
She just called me right now, and it's funny. When the only time she ever calls me is at like 8:30 when I'm like talking to customers and like right in the middle of any show that I'm doing. So it's like, hey, you're doing a game on Monday.
Like she has a sense. She has a sense for.
She has a timer on her phone, so she knows when to call.
Yeah,
she's like, he's on the line. Let's do it.
You know?
Yeah, it's like, oh, he does game streams on Mondays from 8 to 12. I'm gonna call him at 10. You know,
right in the middle, yeah,
like he does a show on Tuesdays that covers the news and stuff. I'm gonna call him at 7:15.
Yeah.
Yes, say wrong. The presidential debate is on right now, but you're watching this because you have good taste.
Oh,
nice.
There we go.
I was gonna say, you know who you know what nobody wants to watch right now? Two old men fighting over dumb shit.
Yep. So now we have 3 young men and a young woman fighting over Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, there you go.
That works.
So Chris,
okay.
Yeah,
as a member of the Latino community, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Here we go.
He's like,
Careful
I'm
how
no
you answer.
Here we go.
Here we go.
he's like, I'm no Sawa, right? Like, come on.
Shit just got real right now. No.
And given where you are in Merced, right?
Mhm.
This should be an even more, serious question.
Oh, it's a serious question. Okay.
Very.
All right.
It is pertinent.
Oh yeah, dude. No, this is the most serious question you're ever going to be asked ever.
Okay. All
Ready?
right.
You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm ready for this.
What is your favorite kind of taco?
El Pastor.
Yes.
He keeps trying to get people to say that every time he asks it. He's like, well,
Yeah.
most people say El Pastor.
No,
That's
that is, and I say it every time for everybody that we ever talk to. That is the litmus test for Latinos out there, man. If a restaurant makes good al pastor, then everything in their restaurant is good.
Yeah. There's a few places in Merced that I will literally go and just buy it so we can buy the meat in a pound and take it home. And it's like I've gone to LA, I've even been to Florida on work, and I try it over there, and it's shit compared to home. I'm like, this is there's like this thing where like when something's really good, and there's always hands down if go to a taco shop, go to a Mexican restaurant, if their El Pastor or their menudo or their pozole is really good, right? Then that place is really, they know what they're doing, right? Because you can trust everything else on their menu. Let's put it that way.
Yep. I'm a mole girl, so it has to be mole for me. So
I'll give you that just because that's not that's a little out of the box.
No, I'm not talking about in tacos. I'm just saying in general.
No, I'm saying generally. That when I say it's out of the box, is because that's not something that most people will be familiar with.
Yeah,
you actually.
You know what? That's who I am. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I grew up in San Antonio, Texas. Okay.
Yeah. You have.
That's what I'm saying. Was that mole the thing we had you had me try at the restaurant?
No. Oh, that was queso fundido. That was.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a chorizo and queso. So
no, what makes me laugh is my wife's been watching. She sees like these TikToks and stuff of people that are trying Mexican food for the first time, and they're either white or they're black or they're Asian or whatever nationality they are, and they're trying it, and then they're literally on the thing saying, "Man, we guys can't fuck with Mexicans. Like we gotta support these people. Like they've been holding out on us. Like they're just talking, and it's hilarious. Like some of the stuff she says, because it's like I grew up eating all this food to a point where I'm just like, okay, like it's to me it's good food, but it's just everybody, oh, it's Mexican. No, to me it's just food. It doesn't say Mexican in the front of it. It just says food.
By the way, Gravy, thank you so much for that reference because I constantly want to make it and don't know if I can. So
what, white people taco night?
Yeah.
You know what's funny is my wife sings that song all the time as a joke. White people taco night. And you know why she sings the song? Because Aaron Watson sings that song regularly. These are the kind of fucking friends I have. It's great.
Oh, you love them.
I do. I love my friends like completely.
Mm-hmm. There are things that we say in our house and do that I'm sure everybody would be like, wow, I can't believe we did that. So yeah, it's a thing.
We'd be canceled several times over. So
same.
I might
say cancelable shit on the show.
I'm shocked we haven't been canceled.
Yeah, that's what I say. Cancelable shit on the show, like regularly.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
get canceled is because I acknowledge that it's cancelable shit.
Yeah.
Well, no. So Shadu says things like, "Well, he'll do anything for money."
Yep. Whore.
And Santa's a little bitch.
Look.
I mean, come on. I'm surprised you weren't canceled a long time ago.
Yeah. No,
I mean, given today's society, it ain't that bad. I mean, growing up.
Really, it's not.
Growing up, one of my favorite filmmakers was Mel Brooks.
Yes.
I should tell you real quick. Like I watched Blazing Saddles, and that's hilarious. Yet people can't make a movie like that today without being crucified.
Blazing Saddles could not be made today.
No, exactly. It can't be made today. But I still enjoy it today. It's hilarious. It's a funny movie.
Classic. I love that movie.
Yeah.
It's like, so we love
What a
Tropic
white woman
Thunder. and Shadu hadn't seen it. We had to like find it, and nobody had, like, you can hardly see it. It's like because of the Robert Downey Jr. stuff. But he finally got to see it, and he was like, "Oh my god, I love that movie," because it's not about that. But you could make that,
and that's kind of part of the joke almost.
You really, they probably shouldn't have made it when they did, but they definitely couldn't make it now. So
no,
what do you mean, you people? What do you mean, you people?
And I think it comes from. It has to come from like if you make jokes like that in movies, it has to come from an understanding of that it's a joke.
Right.
Like you need to make it very clear that you are making fun of making fun.
This is
the joke. It's not like
I don't actually think this.
Yeah, like Blazing Saddles, Tropic Thunder, those movies do a good job of like setting up that satire of why it is they're doing what they're doing at the beginning of the movie. So everything else that follows, you're just like, this is what I sat in for. Like I knew going out the gate, this is what I was gonna get. Right. And I feel like nowadays movies don't do that. They want the shock factor, and sometimes it's a hit or miss. Like I think Deadpool is one of the only films that has come out in recent times where you could say something and get away with it, but that's because again they set it up. You're watching a merc with a mouth who will do and say anything that he wants, right?
Yes.
And will do anything for money.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like he can't say cocaine, but he can call every name in the book.
Right.
Under the Disney banner of what it is. So it's like he has that whole thing of like you got to set up the joke, and I think a lot of people are like missing that boat.
I love the if you guys have seen the turn your phone off commercial that they did.
Yeah. Oh,
and he calls somebody a cunt, and he goes, "No, you can't say that. They frown upon that here in the United States and in Canada."
So we already asked for like advice. Let's see. All right, so let's say I know you're making this movie and you don't have to give anything away, but who's going to win in a fight? Is it going to be Deadpool? Is it going to be John Wick? Is it going to be Dogpool?
Watch the movie.
Honestly, without giving away the story, it depends on the variables. Is it a young John Wick you're talking about? Is it an older John Wick you're talking about? Is it both bulked up Deadpool? Is it kid pool? Is it dog pool that's getting into a fight? It comes into it, and the story that we made plays into those questions of like, depending on who it is and depending on what the situation is, would they fight? Would they team up? Would they, kill each other at the same time? Would John Wick figure out a way how to take out Deadpool? Those kind of questions that in my head, that's my answer. My answer is it just depends on who's who. If you're going to give me like two characters that do not have any variants and do not have any like different types, right? And it's just Deadpool and a John Wick, I think that Deadpool might win, but only because John Wick will go until his last breath. Like he will not stop.
Yeah.
And Deadpool can't be killed because Deadpool doesn't die. So
and Thanos' curse coupled with being able to instantly heal from anything. So
yeah.
So Graveyard asked, would you be interested in doing a horror movie?
I have made a few. So
there we go. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I actually horror is how I got my start. Technically, it was the first feature film I ever worked on. Like as far as like as a second assistant director in the industry, and then also doing short films. And the first film I ever put out into the world into a festival was a horror film. I like a lot of the suspenseful kind of stuff where you don't see the monster and you don't see the thing that's attacking the person until the last possible second, just because there's so many ways to scare people without doing a jump scare.
Yep.
Or without making it cheesy. You know what I mean? Like it's a real challenge to be able to hook an audience for God knows how much time without showing the main thing that's terrifying the main character.
Yeah.
Right. And so like that's kind of my favorite genre of horror. I love slasher films. I love zombie films. I'm taking my wife to Halloween Horror Nights this year. We haven't gone in like 5-6 years, and we're super excited to go this year.
Yay.
And it's like I love horror. I love that genre. And I have a script for a horror feature film.
Oh.
And I have it in the bag, ready to go. It is done. I just have to raise the money and get all the funding and stuff for it to do it properly, because this would be one that I would want to send in theaters, not just do on a YouTube or on a small circuit. Like I'd want to do this one like full blown. And it goes around Mexican horror. So La Cartina is what it's called.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So like I have that already like in the bag, ready to go whenever that time calls for it and stuff like that. And it has its scary elements to it that I've made sure.
Yeah, I think a resident beard might want to get in contact with you then.
Have you thought about pitching to Blumhouse? I
have thought about it, but I kind of want to get a little more like, like this year, this year and next year, what I'm doing is I'm actually releasing stuff that I've been working on the past few years, especially since the pandemic. And I kind of want to get some like awards and some things current, because I have awards, but my awards are going back pre-COVID. So like when you have 72-hour film festivals or 24-hour film festival stuff that I've won, or film festivals that I've won awards, all of those are 2019 earlier, because of COVID. When COVID happened, everything just changed, and I kind of took a break from festivals and started working a little more in the industry, like on the backside, right? So like I kind of want to get a little more stuff, like get a momentum going. That way I have leverage, because my worst fear is like, okay, we'll buy it off of you, but they get a different director. Like I would want to be able to be like, look, I know what I'm doing. These are current awards, current stuff. This is my film. I would like to direct it as well.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't care if it's like, deferred pay, or you pay me a little less than you would for a regular. I don't care. I just want that chance. Right.
Oh, yeah.
And so like, that's kind of what I'm setting up for right now. But like, if you know anybody at Blumhouse who's willing to have a phone conversation, I'll take that right now, because like I can set that up. But like, I'm trying to get the avenues done to where like I can do it properly. And so, because I love filmmaking. I'm not gonna say like when I was a little kid, like, oh, my dream was to be the next Steven Spielberg, right? Because I knew for a fact like there has to be certain things that happen in your life to get to that level, right? And I come from a family that has no film, no entertainment industry background. So I know how hard it is to get to that level, right? And so like my thing was like, I just want to make films, and I want to be able to make a living and pay rent and do stuff, right? So that way my kids can grow up and my family's taken care of, which is what I'm doing. So I'm living my dream currently. If I got a chance to do a feature film, that's just like icing on top of the cake. Like that's like a nationwide, like that's what I want. So hopefully someday, but for sure I will be making that in the next few years.
Nice.
And
awesome.
Like just kind of going back off of how Chris was saying that how he got his start and everything like that. In making this film, Deadpool versus John Wick, I got my first chance to second ADR, and it was because Chris gave me the opportunity, and it's almost there's almost like a liberating feeling in directing people in the scene. He kind of let me do a lot of acting coaching during one of the scenes, and it felt like really nice, just like because I wasn't in the scene, so I was like, oh, well, try doing it this way, try delivering the line like this and doing something, and I was like, this feels fucking great. I kind of now I know why fucking Chris loves directing. This is awesome.
They're my little puppets. Let me see what else they can do.
It's funny you say that, because like I actually I see a comment on here. I used to go to Sinister Creature Con. I've gone there a couple before, and I met Vincent Price's daughter and a few other people and stuff like that in the industry, and someone was talking to me about directing, and they were like, isn't it like manipulating people? And I'm like, it's not. I go, it is, but you're not manipulating the person. You're manipulating their. You're kind of like fine tuning their actions, and then seeing what they bring to the table.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not like telling someone don't look like you're not, when you're directing someone. You're not like going. Oh, I want them to. I want you to look this way and put your eye like this and say this with this tone and do that. There's some directors that do that, but I don't like doing.
No,
that.
You're just ripping a character out of them, essentially.
Right. You're basically setting them up, and you're blocking them through the scene and giving them advice of what the scene is and what they should be feeling, what they should be doing, what they feel in the situation. Then they're the ones that bring that image to life. It's like playing with toys. When you play with toys, your action figures, the faces don't move. You just basically move them where you want them to go.
Yeah,
and your imagination takes over everything else. That's filmmaking. Filmmaking is you take the actors, you tell them where you want them to go, and then you see what they give you.
Yeah.
And then you fine tune it if you need to, or sometimes you get an amazing performance. And they do something you didn't even think of, which is like my favorite thing ever.
Nation.
Yeah. Like there's a whole bunch of jokes that show up in this film specifically because of Philippe. Like there was stuff that I didn't even like. We would joke back, and I sent him a script, and I sent him stuff, and he was, he was like, "Oh, we should, Deadpool would do this, we do this," and then we got there on the set, and we got there on the day, and we were filming, and he would come up with something, or I should do this, or I should do that. And it was like a collaborative thing, and it just kind of changed the scene, and it made it a lot more funnier than it was on the script. Because there's something that's just more organic instead of it just
we've
being
got to
written
stop
down.
saying nice things about Phil because he'll be more insufferable than.
Okay. Yeah, no, I got nothing. I got
No, Phil's a dick. Fuck that guy.
No, it's hard to hate Phil.
What? So you said you're working on a horror script. Is that what's next for you, or do you have something else coming up?
No. So what's next for me right now currently is I'm working on a miniseries, and I'm doing actually 2 of them at once because they're primarily aimed. They're my daughter's projects that I'm working with her on, and she's 12 now. And with the pandemic and everything that happened, it was kind of crazy. We worked on some films. We had plans, right? 2019. And then pandemic hits and we have to put them on hold. So now when we're making the series that we're working on right now, which is called Marceline, and another series which is called Sakura, right? These 2 series have a 5-year time jump from the first parts because she's older. She's going to be a teenager. So we kind of want to get these films done because they're more kid oriented and more adventure oriented and adventure driven before she gets into high school. And before she, I don't want to say age out. That sounds like a bad word. Before she gets to that point where she's just like, I want to do something different. Like I want to do, because she's a little older now. So we're trying to get those done, and it's just like the heat and everything in the Central Valley is just making it hard. Because my brother has to wear a costume for one of the characters, and I'm not about to put him in a costume when it's like 110 outside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where it's like I have to wait until it gets cooler to do certain scenes. Some stuff we could do it now. Some stuff we have to wait a little bit. Then you have school, you have everyday life, you have things that happen. And so that's my next thing is right now I'm doing that and getting that done. And then I'm also hosting an international film festival in November.
Wow.
And I've been doing that every year for the past 7-8 years. And this year is going to be. Last year we did it for free because it was the anniversary of Violet Films being around for 10 years. And this year we're going to be doing it again for free because it's on Veterans Day. So it's going to be in Merced and stuff. And it's going to be. We're going to show. I think we're showing the Dirty Dozen, the feature film, but then we're also going to show films from all over the world. So submissions, local filmmakers, different people for competition and stuff like that. And it's going to be at and you see the trailer and you see John Wick and Deadpool walking each other. That theater that they're in is the one that we're doing the film festival in.
Right.
Oh,
it's an old Merced Theater in Merced. So that's kind of the next things for me that I'm working on right now that I've got I have a lot on my plate right now over the next few months.
Wow.
We've actually
awesome.
hosted the film festival 2 years.
Oh yeah. That's right.
And we got Kyber Cave was there last year.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Nice.
So Graveyard said, Chris, hit him up. He has an interview show that he does. He'd love to have you on. Phil, give him your Graveyard's information.
Yeah.
Because he's leaving after work tomorrow to do the movie. That's what he just said.
Okay.
I'm the messenger.
Yep.
Now Graveyard does a lot of found footage stuff, and it's fun, man.
That's it. He's been
All right.
doing all that. So yeah.
He's our horror guy.
All right.
So.
Hey, it sounds cool. Yeah. Give me his information. I would love to talk with him.
So where can everyone follow you and learn more about you and the films?
So you can follow me on YouTube, which is Violet Films, exactly the way it's spelled right here in the bottom corner, right? So Violet Films. And then also you can find us on TikTok under the same name. And then right now, currently, we're getting our website kind of redone and stuff because of the festival that's coming up in the fall. So we're going to have that website up at the end of July. But if you want to find us, follow us on YouTube and follow us on TikTok. We're more active currently on TikTok at the moment. It just because it's like quick turnaround for videos and put stuff up. And plus, like starting tonight, we're actually going to release the trailer for everyone else to see on TikTok. And then we're going to put it on YouTube. And then starting tomorrow, we're going to be like putting a lot of stuff out. So, we've kind of been making little TikToks and doing little things and stuff like that on the back burner. So we can just start releasing stuff to get people's attention and kind of keep a momentum going. And then also I'm starting up a YouTube page in the fall this year. And there'll be information and stuff on the website and on TikTok, everything else, but it's going to be called Film Dad. And it's going to be a mixture of dad advice for people who either don't have a father or for people who, never really got a chance to learn, to do dad things around the house. Yeah. And then also filmmaking. So it's kind of a mixture of like, you guys want to learn how to change a light bulb. Hey, this is how you can use a lamp in your film as well. So it's kind of a mixture of different things where you get to learn practical stuff in the world, but then also like, how could you film around your house with just a lamp or with lights that you have in your home or with a phone or whatever like that? If you want to make films, this is how you can make your stuff look more cinematic by using everyday objects you have at home.
That's a really unique idea. I like that.
Yeah. So we're going to start up that channel in, I think, October. Because so that's kind of like we're starting to film some stuff now, and that's kind of like the goal that I want to get to is by October I'll have at least like 20 videos done so I can just start uploading stuff. So
also, by the way, just in kind of in that same vein, guys, you absolutely need to follow Violet Films on TikTok. Some of the funniest videos on my TikTok For You page are from Violet Films.
Okay, let me do that now. I'm gonna go.
And I just
TikTok
subscribed to you guys on YouTube.
Oh, thank you, appreciate it.
Let's see. Let me see which TikTok I'm for. Yeah, I have 3 TikToks. One's for my dogs, and then one's my personal one, and one's my professional one. So.
I just have one right now. Eventually, I'll probably get another one and stuff. But no, I just have the one right now.
I'm really, well, it's a long story. I have like 3 Instagrams as well. And it's the same reason. I forget my password and then I forget I have one. And so I do a new one. And then like Instagram was like, oh, hey, you're the same person. We're just going to unlock this other one for you. And I was like, oh, great. Now I have 3 because there's one for my dog and then 2 for mine. So it's like, yeah. Anyway.
And both of the ones that are just the dogs are wildly more popular than her other ones. So
yeah. They're corgis. We have corgis. So
everybody loves corgis.
Yeah. And ours are
adorable.
Really cute.
Hold on.
That's why they're alive. Because they wouldn't be alive if they weren't cute.
We have a husky Austrian Shepherd mix.
Oh, that's Proxy. She's our old girl.
Don't let my wife see her. She wants to get another dog. And I'm like, she wants the ones from Beethoven.
The Saint Bernard.
Yeah, she wants to say her and my daughter. Every time we talk about it, they're like, we want a Saint Bernard to call him Beethoven, and I'm like, I already have a husky, and that dog is like, she was a little thing, and now she's like half my size.
Also, huskies are fucking batshit crazy.
Well, no, she's also a mix with a shepherd, Australian shepherd, so she's hella hyper. It's like a husky with ADHD. It's like I'm like, dude, and she's got the mood swings, she's got the whole thing. She talks like a husky, but then at the same time, she's like a shepherd dog where she's just like, I'm gonna protect the house, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and it's like a pick one, stay still. But she's a really good dog, and so like,
yeah. No, I get it. We have two corgis, and then we have a mutt, and she's kind of like she looks like a blue heeler almost. She's got the white with the black in it. Anyway, they all are just a mess. They're a hot mess.
Hot mess.
They're a lot.
That's okay. My kids, they started wanting more dogs, so they started loving Bluey.
I love
So,
Bluey.
yeah, and so I was like, okay, and then
No, don't get
as
us
time
started
went
on
on,
Bluey.
dude, Bluey is like a thing in my house, man. We watched the last episode and we were like all like this in there. I'm like,
Yeah,
my tears.
I love
Like,
Bluey.
it's like, what are you doing? You're an adult. And you're like, shut up. Oh, you're crying. It's like,
I watch Bluey after like we watch House of the Dragon or something like that. I'm like, it's the perfect palate cleanser. It's so sweet. And so I'll watch a couple.
well, it's funny when it first came out, my wife started watching it with my daughter and my son.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know who started watching it first. And then one day they had an episode on it, and I was like, oh, it's a cartoon. And then I sat there and I looked at the episode and I was watching it. And then I was like, by the end of the episode, like I started tearing up. My wife's like, oh, what's up with you? And I'm like, you didn't realize the messages of that? And I explained it to her, and she was just like, I didn't see that. Like she was like, because I don't forget the name of the episode, but it's the episode where they're like, the husband and wife are building like a porch swing.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids are like, they're playing like, oh, we want to play, parents or whatever, or evolution. So they start off with little things and then they grow up or whatever and play different things. Well, if you watch the whole episode as a whole, it talks about life and death.
Mm-hmm.
Because then at the end of the episode, the parents are up in heaven, and then the older parent goes to join them because the younger one goes off on their own.
Yeah.
And then like, you see them. It's kind of like just the way it's set up. I was like, that is like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I started crying.
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this? Like, what is this? Like, it's Bluey. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm watching Bluey now. And then,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I'm
So I
just like
experienced Bluey for the first time recently,
uh,
and
Sandra, like they're all in there going, we just introduced Phil to this and Bluey's alive.
So basically, I've always like just basically joked about like, I'm never gonna watch Bluey. There's no reason, it's for kids. Which I should already know. Like shit that's for kids is always badass. But I mean, like,
Yeah.
but like, so we did a show recently, and the DeLongs went with us, and they turned on Disney Channel for like background noise, right? Just like while we're sleeping. And I wake up in the morning, and Bluey's just playing, right? And I just said, "Fuck it, I'll watch it. It's on, right? Like it's whatever, it's on." And I'm watching Bluey, and I start to realize how relatable the parents are.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Right? Like the thing that caught me off guard was like so the episode they're going to the supermarket, and Bluey is playing like she's the parent, and she starts playing favorites,
yeah,
right? But like what kind of like got me interested in it was at the very beginning when they're first going, she goes she says something about, Dad, how are babies made? And he goes, we're not going to have this conversation right now. And I thought that was the most relatable, funny thing is like, kids say the darndest things as it is.
One of the most relatable episodes that I love, and it's not even available in the United States. I think you can buy it. If I'm not mistaken, you might be able to buy it on Apple TV or whatever here, but it's called Dad Baby. And it's one that they, for whatever reason, didn't air it on Disney, but it's where the dad pretends to be pregnant because the dad has that little holder. Yeah. And one of the little girls jumps inside. And so he's walking around the house, like, because she's like, he's holding all the weight, and he's going through the whole motions of pregnancy. And it's hilarious because he doesn't know what the hell's going on. He's getting the crap beat out of him. Like the wife is like, kind of like, just watching him like, like, oh, you can't handle this. And then the ending, how they try to rip the girl up, but how they're getting her out is like childbirth basically. But it is hilarious. Like she rips his hair off his chest, and he's just like starts screaming. And it's like, it's so funny because I'm watching this, and my wife was cracking up. She was just like, yeah, she goes, that's pretty much what it's like. And I'm like, that is horrible. like there's no way.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry. I did it. She went through this twice. I'm so sorry.
What's funny is they there was a study that was shown, and they like scientifically that there's like a hormone in women that make them forget they're pregnant. The the death pain that they went through in their pregnancy, and that's why women will have more children.
Yeah, that's what my wife told me that, and I was like, "What?
God damn it, evolution!
Like evolution is fucked up."
Yeah.
And she told me that, especially with my son, because she was just like, she said that after he was born, that it was a thing. It was a thing where like she would like forget what it was like to forget the pain part of it.
Yeah,
it was like a brain fog, right?
Mhm.
And I didn't know that, and I was like, man, it's incredible, but at the same time, I'm like, that is terrifying to me. I'm like, that's it's not the equivalent, but that'd be like me getting kicked in the groin, being in utter pain, and then the next day forgetting the pain I just went through, and putting myself in the same situation to get myself kicked in the groin again.
No.
Like that's not a cool thing.
It's getting kicked in the nuts for over 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's terrifying. But at the same time, like, my hats off to women, because like that's an amazing thing, being able to give birth, and I'm thankful because I have two little mini me's running around, and it's the best thing in the world. I love being a dad.
I just have the one.
Just me.
Just
me.
But they cut him out of me, so I remember all of it.
There was no, so she was lucky.
Yeah. He gets to hear every year on his birthday.
Oh yeah, I've heard it. Gets more and more detailed, and I'm like, okay.
It's okay. My mom blames me for her figure or something, right? And then on the top of that is like my favorite Shakespeare play is Macbeth, because of the fact that I can actually say I wasn't born of woman because my mom had a C-section.
Yep. There you
go. So there you go. See, fellow Macbeth.
You're Macduff.
Right?
That's awesome. Yeah.
Well, we have gone off on many tangents.
Yes.
We should probably get to brackets soon here.
Let's do the bracket.
You know, that is the other part of the show.
Mercenary badasses.
Yes.
And first up, I mean, I think I got a good cross section of mercenary badasses. It's movies, TV, comic books. We got a little bit of everything. But the first two that we're doing, it's Cad Bane versus Mark Spector / Moon Knight.
Oh man! All right.
Oh,
now this is mercenaries, right?
Yeah, this is mercenary. So it's like the most badass mercenary. That's what we're trying to find.
Yeah.
Cad Bane versus
Mark Spector / Moon Knight.
Ooh, okay, that's a good one.
Oh,
I'm gonna have to go with Moon Knight.
Okay.
Yeah, because Cad Bane's really cool, and Cad Bane's a good shot, and he's but Moon Knight has that supernatural side to him that might give him a little bit of an advantage.
It's also, if you take one of him down, there's still 3 other versions of him.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, that's true. All right, hold on.
Yeah. I think I'm also gonna go Moon Knight.
Okay, so hold on. Moon. Darn it.
Even though I'm not sure if he's necessarily a mercenary.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, no, Mark Spector is.
Mark Spector
is actually
Mark Spector is a mercenary.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. I see. Yeah, that's what he specified. I got you.
All right, so we've got Chris said Moon.
Yep.
Shadu, you said Moon.
I said Moon Knight.
Phil said Moon.
Yeah, I definitely go Mark Spector on that.
Okay, Knight of Oa said Moon.
Oh, Matt's in the chat. What up, Matt?
Yeah. Jeff said Cad.
So yeah, we have 3 Cads.
3 Cads.
And the rest are Moon Knight.
4 Moon
shit!
Knight.
I gotta ask Matt. So Knight of Oa, were you here when we premiered Deadpool versus John Wick? This may be an excuse to play the trailer again.
He just wants another excuse to play the trailer.
Oh,
And that's fine. We can. All right. So I think. Oh, I haven't gone yet.
No.
Oh, he was not.
He was not.
All right, we're playing it. Like I missed it. No, I miss it. You have to watch it. It's fucking fuck.
I'm gonna put that. You know, they have the movie things where they're just like they say with the quote of what the person like.
You gotta just put it's fucking fuck.
Fucking quoted. It's fucking fuck. What's funny is, you know, it's like, do people know that you're quoting a podcaster who also stars in the film?
Right?
Oh man. All right, let's start it from the beginning. Let's go ahead and turn the music down and let's do this.
Have you ever wondered what would happen if an unstoppable force met a merc with a mouth? It would probably include the following. Universe hopping, plenty of violence, multiple Johns, multiple Deadpools. Plenty of shit talking, and it looks something like this. Let's fucking go. Deadpool versus John Wick.
All right, I was just.
You wanted to show it again, right?
I needed an excuse to have another orgasm. So, guys, I'll be back. I have to go change my shorts. You know, because cockshot. All right, go ahead.
All right, so I haven't gone yet. I'm gonna say.
All right, bracket. Yeah.
Moon Knight. Yeah, we're back to the thing. So I'm gonna say Moon Knight. So that'll give Moon Knight 5. So Moon Knight goes through. I'm doing my notes here. Hold on. All right. Okay, so the next mercenary couple partnership, that actually might be a good partnership, is Captain Mal Reynolds from Firefly versus Boba Fett from Star Wars.
I cannot deviate from the Fett, so I'm going to the Fett.
So, what are we judging this on? Just like
who's the best?
Most badass mercenary.
Most badass. Then yeah, Boba Fett.
Okay.
Like I love Mal. I don't know if he's a necessarily badass, but I like him.
He did get shot and still managed to save the ship.
Yes, but Boba Fett fell into a sarlacc and managed to survive.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go Boba Fett on that one.
Okay, all right, that's fair.
Also, fucking knee rockets. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, fighting with the fucking the way he fights with the gaffy stick. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, place.
I think we're getting unanimous Boba Fett at the moment.
Yeah, it's all Boba Fett. Ah, poor Mal.
Fucking Slave One. Come on.
You don't call it that anymore.
No, it's
fire spray. I don't care. Slave One.
Yeah, no, that's what it's called. It's supposed to not be good.
Cancel me, internet.
All right. Well, I'm gonna say Mal just because I want him to have one vote at least. Because
he's gonna. I know he.
Justice for Mal. Justice for Mal.
Justice for Mal. Mal did nothing wrong. No, he did lots wrong.
Oh no, he did a lot wrong. But
all right. So next up, we've got Bronn from Game of Thrones versus Jango Fett from Star Wars. Man, it's like they're just sacrifices.
Now, I don't like Bronn.
But
the
he
thing
is a
that
mercenary.
No, I do. Like I do as a character. I don't like him, but I do as a character.
he's very skilled.
Oh yeah.
Django Fett, I can't say is as badass as his son ended up becoming, mainly because Django Fett hired somebody else to kill somebody with a bug that fucking Django Fett hired somebody to kill Princess Padme for him, and they used the fucking bug to do it. So they just kept, like tossing it off to the next person.
Yeah.
That he got his head cut off pretty quickly.
Right.
Yeah,
Like at least
true.
Braun's doing his own dirty work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna go Braun.
I'm
Oh
going Braun as
wow.
well.
Yeah, I'm
So
going
you got
Braun,
some
yeah.
bronze.
Yeah.
We've broken the Fett streak here.
So Phil, are you saying Braun?
I'm saying Braun. I'm saying Braun because Django isn't.
So it's brains over Braun. Oh.
Yeah, because Django isn't as badass as his son.
All right, so it's 3 and 3. Because everybody said Django.
Yeah, everybody in the chat is Django.
I think honestly it has to do with the whole thing of like what universe are they in? Is if Django Fett is in our universe, Braun's winning hands down.
Oh yeah.
If he's in the other universe, maybe he might be able to get shot with a laser and not be able to block it with a sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But it's
That's kind of
more.
hard.
It's not like who would win in a fight. It's more like who's more badass. Who's more.
In that instance, it's gonna be Braun because I've seen him do more badass things than Django Fett.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Okay, so Django Fett dies. Braun becomes like master of coin or something by the end of it. Sorry if you haven't seen Game of Thrones.
Spoilers for Game of Thrones. Just stop at season 6 first of all. But spoilers for Game of Thrones.
Yeah, my boyfriend. My boyfriend's calling you out. He said it's Slave One, Jen.
I know.
It is. No, it is. It should be. It's supposed to not be okay.
Exactly. He's a
should cancel Boba Fett. Yeah.
I'm not saying you know what? I'm just trying to be respectful of Disney canon.
Oh look, okay. Jeff, look, if we're factoring legends into this, then my opinion may change, but canonically.
All right, let's move on. So so it's 3 and 3, so it's basically up to me. I gotta say Braun though, because I just really made my reasons that he actually made it to, like, he successfully made it through. He didn't die.
He didn't die. Yeah.
So, all right, so Braun moves on. All right, next we've got Peacemaker himself, Chris Smith, versus Dario Naharis.
Oh, okay. Great.
I'm going Peacemaker on that one.
Yeah, I definitely.
I love him.
It's that helmet.
Now look, Dario's hot, but
Peacemaker is more badass than he should be.
Yeah.
Also, considering that his dad is a Nazi.
Yeah.
Well, again, Dario's hot. Peacemaker is better.
Yes, so Daria is hot. That is also something I'll give her.
Yes, that's Michael Huseman.
Yep. Who again could play a young Han Solo.
There we go.
Bring it back around.
He did fight in the Mando Civil Wars.
In Legends,
yeah.
But I mean, even
then,
I'm not sure. He is a foundling, so I mean, there is.
Yeah. No. Okay.
Like the big difference between him and his son is that yes, he is an actual Mandalorian, whereas that his son is not. Because his son never took the creed. His son was never a part of the Mandalorian. He was never a part of the Mandalorian creed. But I mean, like, still.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I mean, look, I understand.
We've already made a decision here. We can't go back.
Okay. All right. We're on to Peacemaker versus Dario Naharis. So
yes.
We've got 2 for Peacemaker in the chat. Phil said Peacemaker.
I said Peacemaker.
You said Peacemaker. Chris, did you say
Peacemaker?
Peacemaker. Okay, so it's pretty unanimous.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Peacemaker as well, even though I'm not a fan of John Cena, but that's my own thing.
Well, you're also not a fan of The Rock, so
Sewong said,
And as
not
we all know-
Peacemaker.
As we all know, the only way to summon James, the Rock sucks, the Rock sucks, the Rock sucks.
You know, he's not going to come out of spite.
You might.
I can't ever see him. So why would I like him?
Oh, hold on. I've got something for that.
Here we go.
Here we go.
He's got sound effects.
Skip the page.
John
You literally can't see me. All right.
All right. So, Peacemaker's moving on. I got a well
Cool.
done.
Well done.
I got a well done. The next pairing is John Wick / Baba Yaga versus Deadshot from DC Comics.
Ooh.
Okay.
So that's going to be our part 2, right?
There you go.
That's the second one.
That is a difficult one just because Deadshot is
Basically.
Deadshot he can't miss. He doesn't
Yeah.
miss.
I would say that's more badass.
Yeah.
So
And it also depends on what version of Deadshot it is.
yeah.
I love you all. Oh yeah.
I'm going to go Deadshot, I think.
Is John Wick really gonna fucking go down in the first round?
Okay, so
Holy
Husby,
fuck,
I was giving him this list. I was telling him, we were doing the mercenary thing, and he said, "Okay, well, let me see. Can I see the list?" And so I told him all of it. And he was like, "Is John Wick really a mercenary?" And I was like, "Does he take money and do jobs?" And he was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "No, a mercenary is they take money to fight in wars."
Yeah.
And this is why I have this little epithet here.
John Wick technically is an assassin.
Right.
Right. And so that's what I was like,
Which I think the lines are blurred enough that it doesn't matter. But
I mean, I feel like he is a one-man army, and he
right,
kind of goes
an assassin
to war.
is just a mercenary without an army.
So
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with just because everybody else keeps saying I'm going to go with John Wick. Because if you give him a pencil, maybe he might be able to get to him first. I don't know.
yeah, right. Yeah. That's true. I mean, John Wick is badass. I mean, he's a badass, but
he has a lot of luck. Let's put it that way.
he really is Baba Yaga.
Yes, yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Deadshot. That's why I gotta go.
This has nothing to do with my preferences. It's just like
I gotta go
Deadshot's
with
more
my Baba
badass.
Yaga. So that's 2 for John.
And the rest are for Deadshot, I believe.
No, so let's see. We got Sewong said John Wick,
Right.
and he said because Batman beat Deadshot, so he's saying that John Wick. So now I guess per Sewong, John Wick could beat Batman.
And that's a round robin here because that brings us back to the Batmobile.
Hey, look at that.
Hey. Looks like Chris said John Wick here. Not this Chris, the other Chris.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. We've got Tater said John Wick. Let's see. Okay. Sandra said Deadshot. Jeff said Deadshot. Okay, so John Wick. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 John Wicks. And then 2, 4. Oh, John Wick beat Deadshot, y'all.
Oh,
By 1.
man.
John
All right.
Wick can do anything.
Including beat people who are in a world of metahumans.
Yes.
Well,
John
we're gonna
Wick
see
is
how
Baba Yaga.
the movie shapes up too. So,
I mean, the dude fell out of like a 10-story building and bounced off of a car and kept walking. I'm pretty sure he counts as a metahuman.
Yeah. There's something going on there.
True. All right. So do we want to do one more or do we want to start wrapping up?
Let's do one more.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So our last one for this, you guys are going to love this one. Both DC Comics, Lobo versus Deathstroke.
Oh, shit. That's already happened.
Okay.
I have the
Oh.
book.
One.
Okay, but who's more of a badass? This is not a versus. This is who's more of a badass.
Considering what happened in the comic book, I can tell you who's more of a badass. Because of the way he won.
Okay, then you go first.
Fucking Deathstroke, dude. Deathstroke beat the shit out of fucking Lobo.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Deathstroke.
Yep.
So kind of throwing things out there for like, you know, the characters themselves.
Yeah.
Lobo, yes, being a badass character because he's a badass biker mercenary from space. You know,
Yeah.
the dude has gone toe to toe with Superman. Deathstroke is Captain America on steroids and insane.
Yes. Yeah.
And Deathstroke, like the advantages that because like if you were to put Deathstroke up against Captain America, Deathstroke would win. And it's because Deathstroke also not only does he have that tactical mind like Steve Rogers does, but he almost like Taskmaster, he can outthink your move before you do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
The other thing is he has like a super healing ability. He has like basically he has all the advantages of Captain America. But what if the super soldier serum made you crazy?
Yeah.
That's Deathstroke.
It looks like unanimous Deathstroke here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I have the book. It's it's a really fucking good book. It's called Deathstroke versus Lobo. And yeah, like I was not expecting him to beat the shit out of Lobo the way he did.
No, but I could see it. Like Deathstroke he's hardcore.
Yeah,
like, he really is hardcore. I'm surprised.
Hardcore.
But I'm surprised that his first appearance was with a sidekick group. You know, I mean,
because he was originally meant to be a villain for Teen Titans, and
yeah,
he ended up becoming they ended up writing him so well and kind of so badass that he ended up becoming more of a Batman villain than he was. Well, actually, he not even more than that. He was a Justice League villain for the longest.
yeah, I was gonna say he took out most of the Justice League at one point. Like he became so much more than what I think he originally was going to be. Because I think they had it like, well, he's the older generation and they're the younger generation, and they were going to do that whole thing. Right. And then they just turned left, and now he's beloved.
Yep.
Except he keeps like blinding his children or making them deaf. But whatever.
Yeah. You know, he's got a bit of a Scott Summers complex. I'm just,
Well, remember, I started off this whole thing with what if Steve Rogers were batshit fucking crazy and insane? Yeah. You know, so him blinding and damaging his children, not a character for an asshole like him.
No, really, it's not. You kind of want him to be an absentee father at that point.
Yeah.
So is everybody here going Deathstroke?
Yeah,
I definitely.
Okay, cool. I think it's unanimous Deathstroke.
I love Lobo. Lobo's like
Lobo's great, but
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad because I think Lobo, had he been up against somebody else, he would have gotten through. But so is the randomness of the bracket.
Yes.
Yeah.
So.
It's like, I mean, he ends up going up against somebody who's already beaten him in the comics multiple times.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, Hawkeye going up against Superman.
Right. Fate has decreed.
Yeah.
That it is so.
Anyway, are we going to keep going?
I'm actually almost done. So, I mean, if you guys want to.
Where are we? Like, are we done with the first layer?
No, like we're halfway through the first.
Yeah, Chris has got to go though.
Yeah, I gotta get head out
right now. That's why I was like, do we want to keep going or do we want to?
You guys can keep going if you want to. Like,
Okay.
You guys are having fun.
Yeah, I'm good. I was thinking we were going to be here till probably, I don't know, 11 CST. I don't know what that, 9, I think?
Yeah, that would be 9.
Yeah.
Yeah. But okay, well, no, yeah. I mean, we can keep going, but no, Chris, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, thank you so much. It was amazing. It's awesome.
And
No, I appreciate you guys having me on.
yeah,
no,
it
you're
was
great.
awesome. Thanks
So.
for letting us be the, exclude or the first to show the trailer for the wonderful Deadpool versus John Wick.
Yes.
So.
I appreciate it. And then we're gonna be posting that trailer pretty soon. So it'll be online TikTok pretty soon, and then it'll be online YouTube later tonight.
Awesome.
So you guys can check it out, everything. So everybody can share it. If you guys share it on your guys' personal pages, let people know about it, spread the word, put it on Reddit, make a fake account on Reddit. I don't care. Help us if we can make this thing go as viral as possible. So that way as many people get to see it as possible when it comes out. So that way, everybody can just enjoy it and stuff. Because one of the fun things, because if everybody really likes it, we could possibly make a part 2.
Awesome.
So that's kind of the goal with it. So yeah.
Well, great. Okay. Well, thank you so much. And,
all right. Thank you guys.
Nice to meet you.
I will
right.
see you this weekend.
Bye.
All right. Bye, guys. Take care.
Bye.
You guys understand why I'm so excited now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't understand. Do you want to spend 30 minutes explaining it to us?
No, as soon as you showed the little teaser on Tuesday, I was like, all right, I'm into this.
Yeah. It looks fun.
I'm there.
It looks like you guys had fun. It looks fun.
It looks amazing. You look incredible as Deadpool.
I appreciate that because I did not feel incredible. So,
but it's that whatever that one shot is that we've seen a couple times where it's like you're walking down something in the whole suit. You look badass. It's amazing.
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, no, seriously, really.
It's fucking movie magic.
Well, it's also you. Yeah.
Are you guys done?
Yeah. All right. So bracket.
All right. So the next pairing,
I'll stop flirting. All right. So.
Right. Furiosa Jabasa from Mad Max.
Okay.
Versus the Kurgan from Highlander.
Oh man.
Lord.
That's a hard one. Yeah.
Cool. So 2 things I haven't seen. Great.
You haven't seen Highlander? What the fuck? You're Scottish.
Irish. So,
Hold on. Internet.
I'm typing.
Internet.
I'm typing.
You look at Jen's face right now. Like, what the fuck?
I'm just typing.
what you?
No, I'm just typing.
Okay.
Okay,
I don't know.
so I can tell you this. The Kurgan, Clancy Brown played him.
Yes. Clancy Brown. That was one of Clancy Brown's early roles.
Yeah, and Furiosa was the new one was Anna Taylor-Joy.
Anya Taylor-Joy, yeah.
And is it Anna Joy Taylor?
It's Anya, I believe.
Anya. No, she goes. It's Anna, but it's
Is
just
it Anna?
spelled Anya. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then Anna Taylor-Joy.
And but it was Charlize Theron was the first one when they did the reboot of Mad Max.
Okay. Well, I mean, if we're going in terms of badass,
Let's just throw this out there as far as, because if you haven't seen it and you don't know kind of like why Furiosa is so badass, Furiosa does all of her badassness with one arm.
damn.
One of her arms was amputated, and she has it's not even like a mechanical arm. She basically has this arm, like this prosthetic arm that she created that is a key to her truck, so that people can't steal her truck.
Mm-hmm.
And she can like beat the shit out of you with it. It's great.
So, like post-apocalyptic Bucky.
Kind of, yeah. She also is a crack shot. There's a scene where she has a sniper rifle and she's just taking people out, and like Max is like trying to snipe some guys, and he's not getting it. So she just runs up, takes the sniper rifle away from him. Mind you, she only has one arm, and starts sniping all these people.
Sandra, it's Furiosa versus Kurgan.
Now the Kurgan, I mean, considering what it's from, he's just another fucking Highlander. I mean, basically, he's just.
Well, he's an immortal.
He's an immortal.
He's an immortal. Yeah. They're technically aliens. I kind of know about that.
Yeah, the whole Highlander thing.
I feel like it's a claymore versus a metal arm that someone's going to beat me with. I think I'm going Furiosa then.
The Kurgan, it's more than just it's any weapon you put in his hand.
Yeah, he's like, he can, because he survived. So he first meets Highlander in like the 1600s, and then they meet again in the 1980s, and that's when.
I see.
So that's why, like, you know, so I mean, obviously he's a good.
Yeah, he also has like ungodly strength. So it's like, yeah, when you're immortal and you do nothing but work out, and you're as big as Clancy Brown is.
I think I'm still going Furiosa though. I feel like
would have been a really good Colossus back in the day.
He would have been. He would have been a really good.
I feel like in terms of badassery though, from what you've described to Furiosa, that she sounds more badass.
Yeah, this one's hard.
I was gonna say to be fair, because Furiosa has taken down dudes that are like the size of the Kurgan.
But again, not a fight, just who's more badass. So
well, I mean, that's kind of how we're taking their badassery.
Is who could win in a fight. All right. Well, then I, mean, honestly,
I
think like Furiosa could win in a fight then. Yeah.
Not through each other, but just like how they fought, how they've survived kind of thing.
Yeah.
And they're pretty well matched in that aspect. But no, I think I'm gonna go with Furiosa. I really do. I mean, I want to go with the Kurgan, but Furiosa, she does a lot of really badass stuff. So that's kind of who I'm going with. All right, so we've got Knight of Oas as Kurgan because he has a soft spot for Highlander.
I do want to watch Highlander for the record. I just haven't. Yeah.
And then
my only suggestion on that is watch it before the remake comes out.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then Tater says Furiosa
by Queen or something.
Yes.
Sandra says Kurgan.
Okay. The first movie was scored by
there. Then I've heard that song.
But then we all said Furiosa.
Yeah.
I think ultimately I go Furiosa.
Okay, so then we've got 2 for Kurgan, and then 4 for Furiosa. So Furiosa goes through. Yay! Furiosa.
Oh. Not Furiosa. Furiosa.
Not
if she had, gone to Hogwarts. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will save the last bag for next week.
Okay.
There's a bag left. But the last bag is just the mount, so the Batmobile itself is done.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
So
neat.
Let's do a nice little camera angle here.
Ooh. Oh, awesome.
So the wheels themselves have the bat symbol on them.
Bat logo.
Oh, cool.
Right. Coming up here. So what's cool is like on the back right here, there's the turbine.
Uh-huh.
And if you spin the turbine, those pop off and the guns come up.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right. And then bring the guns back down and you just pop these guys back on.
Wow.
Cockpit opens up. You've got the entire cockpit right there. You've got the exhaust vents on the back, exhaust vents on the front.
Wow.
Nice.
It's and again, this thing is fucking massive.
Yeah, that's big.
I can see just from like the size of your hand. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see my hand and you see how big the fucking Batmobile is. This thing is big.
Yeah.
So I'm very, very happy, very proud of this. Again, I've got one more bag, but it's just the mount for it, so I'm gonna knock that out next week. Which means next week we start the next kit, which is Luke Speeder.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
So do we have a build on the 4th? Or
No, we are not doing a build on the 4th.
Okay, that was Sandra's question. So
yes. So we are not doing a build on the 4th. Let's see. Let's look at the schedule here. So yeah, that's next week. So
that's next week. So yeah, we'll have one next week.
So that means the 11th is the next show.
Cool.
Cool.
Or the next build. Sorry. Let me make that clear. The next build is on the 11th.
Okay.
So, and I will not be here for the next download. So,
sad day.
Sad day.
It was the only day that would work for people for my little obligation. So,
all right. So so we're done, or do we want to keep going? Or
well, I was just thinking we kind of end at 11, but it doesn't matter.
No, yeah, we just keep going. Just,
okay, let's do it.
We just keep going forever and ever and ever.
No, we'll end at 9, I think, because
Okay.
that's cool with everybody.
Don't end at all. Ever. We're not ending. No, this is what we're gonna do. Just because I'm so fucking proud of it. We're gonna watch the trailer one more time.
Oh my god.
Good God.
We're gonna watch it one more time, and then we're out of here.
Okay.
Do you want me to flirt with you through it?
Tell me.
I think I gotta go if you guys are gonna do that.
You love my size. Oh, that's gay. Okay.
How much did they pay you, Shadu?
I'm doing this for free.
Have you ever wondered what would happen
And the narrator is Chris, right?
if
Yeah,
an
Chris.
unstoppable
Yeah.
force
We haven't done.
That's you.
met a merc
Yeah,
with
so
a
I-
mouth?
And that's you.
It would probably include the following. Universe hopping, plenty of violence, multiple Johns, multiple Deadpools, plenty of shit talking, and it looks something like this. Let's fucking go. Deadpool versus John Wick.
Like I think one of the things I do like more than this is more than like looking at me, but it's more so the way John Wick moves, right? Like I think that's actually something that I enjoy. Like, okay, hold on. So this in particular, when we get to this part, there's something about the way that angle moves that feels like a John Wick movie.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
we have
like-
Chad. We have Chad here too.
Right on, Chad. No, but like when you see him walk and the camera's panning as he's walking, there's something about shots like that are satisfying.
Yeah.
You know, so like I think that's one of the things that makes me want to watch this trailer again. Is literally not even a scene that I'm in, is seeing that, you know, and knowing that my friend filmed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Yes, you did see a lightsaber in there. You got to watch the film. I don't want to spoil all the stuff that's in there, but there's a lot of universe hopping and a lot of
I'm
shenanigans.
so
that happen.
excited for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are we gonna do like a premiere on the not a premiere, but we do like a showing on?
Well, I mean, it's
shows?
15 minutes, so we should.
Yeah,
should be
that's what I'm
able
saying.
trying to get to this part right there. Still shot. You guys know who that is?
No, I can't see it.
It's in the trailer, so we can talk about it. That is Springtrap.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
Yeah. It's just really dark.
It is,
So-
yeah.
And that's part of that's kind of part of the point of when he appears. Is it's supposed to be like in pitch black darkness.
Ah.
I hope that we redo this and I ADR this part right here because look at my eyes.
Yeah.
Something about like moving with my eyes like that makes it funnier. Yes, it's a FNAF character, Ironmonger. So yeah, that's that. Let's drop this right here, guys. Give me pluggables. Should I just put it on Shadu so he can plug you guys both?
Yeah,
Sure.
just
All right.
plug me. I'm looking at something. So
Okay. I am SHD Studios on YouTube and on Instagram. I do short films, music, world building, TTRPGs, and other new stuff. I am also on Phrase Channel, where we have a little series called Classified, where we take your favorite pop culture characters and place them into their respective D&D classes. We also have a companion series called Journals of the Classes, where we go through each of the D&D classes and their subclasses. We will have a new episode of Journals of Classes coming out hopefully tomorrow, and it will be the series finale of Journals of Classes, and it will be Artificer. So tune in for that. I am also in the Distance Learning Sphere. I am on the download on Tuesdays, the build on Thursdays, which is the very show you're watching right now, and I am on Kyber Cave Productions for the Saturday Morning Nerd Out and the New Order.
All right. Jen, just say hi.
hi.
All right, there you go. I just wanted to show your face. Of course. Ladies and gentlemen, you can connect with us on all the social media places that exist if you'd like to, on the Instagrams and the Facebooks and the Twitters. Remember, it's not X, it's Twitter.
Right.
Okay.
X is a completely different site.
Exactly.
That you don't want to go to.
Oh, God. Now it is, because he allowed that site now. Thank you, Elon. Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, MySpace, Vine, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans. It's only pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and handles, and the beard, and John Mez's glasses, judging you seductively sitting on a table, judging your every moment and movement. And Chidu's voice just got me hard. All right, let's
okay. All right, I'm gonna stop.
I hate you right now, is Jen's thought right now.
I am typing.
If you a strongly worded letter.
And she's gonna send that letter to
Oh, thank you for making the exact joke I was gonna make. If you'd like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, or just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would consume us completely and spit us out at the feet of Jen, who is completely hating the relationship between me and her son right now.
Hate it. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just typing.
You can a strongly worded letter. Send us an email at distintsnerding@aol.com, and we will read it on air. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for us this week. The build is over. Go home. Retweet and repost. Oh, he is going home. Look at that. Retweet and repost and post all of the repost the trailer on every social media you have. Please. We want everybody to see this. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it from us. It is time for the dance party. We love you all. Remember, keep nerding together. Let's do this.
Let's nerd.
And Shadu busts out a John Wick toy.
No, I have a Yondu, but, you know, close enough. No, I have an Assassin's Creed thing over there somewhere.
God damn it.
Truly the most badass person.
He's the most badass person? Yeah. I am.
No, I was saying creepy baby.
No, fuck that baby.
You never expect the baby to kill you, but it will.
Wongers! can everybody see me? Everybody can see me right now, right? I'm just trying to make sure everyone is within the range of my voice right now. Just sometimes.